Kapitel 8. In der namenlosen Buchhandlung verfolgte Pierce die Spur eines versuchten Einbruchs. Er entdeckte, dass Charles Hawkins hinter dem Einbruch steckte. Habe ich das entdeckt? Pierce öffnete den Tresor des Buchhändlers und fand, was dieser und Sarah Hawkins darin aufbewahrt hatten. Ein in Menschenhaut gebundenes Buch lag im Tresor und zog den Detektiv unwiderstehlich an. Als er es öffnete, wurde sein Geist in einen anderen Körper projiziert.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Was wollen wir tun? Dr. Fuller rufen? Bestimmt nicht.
Very well. I'll examine him.
Oh, ich habe nicht genügend medizinische Kenntnisse, oder? Doch.
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Er hat was im Bauch, Zustand seiner Glieder ist besorgniserregend. Welches der dreien wollen wir denn nehmen? Stimmt ja alles.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth.
Oh, wir können alle machen. Sehr gut.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Krass.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations, and this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
Sagen wir ihm die Wahrheit?
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
Weichtier, Kopffüßler, aha.
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat?
Was für ein
What did
Arsch.
he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, sie hilft mir. Sehr gut. Die Beweise sind in den versteckten Akten. Bisher ist nicht von Verbrechen die Rede. Halten Sie sich raus. Naja, das Verbrechen ist ja, dass er die Patienten als Versuchskaninchen benutzt, ne? Tja, was machen wir? Bisher ist nicht von Verbrechen die Rede oder die Beweise sind in den versteckten Akten?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Oh, ich glaube, das war ein Fehler. Okay. In Fullers Büro gehen.
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
Dann erkunden wir mal, ich muss niesen. Ah. Ist das dieselbe Krankenschwester oder eine andere?
Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Ugh. Ist hier noch irgendwas? Ich meine, oh,
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out. I'll just sleep a bit more.
Schade. Was ich hier entdecke, ich meine, ich bin ja jetzt in dem Körper der Ärztin. Aber ich bin ja immer noch hier der Detektiv Pierce.
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
Feuerzeug hat sie nicht.
What is the boiler room key doing here?
Ja, nimm.
The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Kann ich nicht aufnehmen.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
Kann nichts machen. Ah.
His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Der Patient wurde falsch behandelt?
You did good work. The tranquilizer is kicked in. Now you can disinfect and bandage his wounds.
Thank you, Doctor. And as to his weight loss?
I'll prescribe an antifungal treatment for his dysgeusia. In the meantime, feed him intravenously.
It'll be done.
Habe ich ihm jetzt geholfen oder nicht? Okay, gucken wir uns weiter nochmal die Patienten hier alle an. Was haben wir hier noch?
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors.
Hier ist nichts weiter. Achso, du bist ja gerade erst hingegangen, ne? Gerade sagen. So. Haben wir. So, Moment. Wo waren wir denn? Nicht, dass wir uns jetzt hier... Wir wollen alle angucken. Den haben wir. Da war keiner. Okay. Da gehen wir noch nicht hin.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Irene Sanders? In der Akte wird der Zustand beschrieben, in dem Irene Sanders ins Riverside-Institut eingeliefert wurde, sowie die verabreichten Behandlungen. Fuller fügte handschriftlich eine Notiz hinzu. Er empfiehlt, sie in den psychiatrischen Flügel zu verlegen, um ihr die Ruhe und Erholung zu geben, die sie benötigt. Was macht denn Irene Sanders hier?
Mrs. Sanders?
Okay, sie reagiert nicht. Ist sie auch ein Zombie?
I'll just sleep a bit more.
Dich hatten wir. Okay. Und hier haben wir angefangen, ne? Ja. Okay.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
Oh, that hurts.
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
Ja, ich habe letzte Nacht auch schlecht geschlafen.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Ist das hier das Büro von Dr. Fuller? Okay, dich hatten wir. Und bei dir haben wir angefangen. Gut, und hier ist Irene Sanders. Ah, ja. Das wird ja wohl hoffentlich nicht sein Büro sein. High Security Unit. Oh.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Wer hat das gesagt?
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag.
Ach hier, sie?
I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Warum wenden sie sich an sie? Oh.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, merkwürdig. Wer waren jetzt nochmal Donovan? Da kommen wir nicht rein. Er wäre auch ein bisschen auffällig als Arzt. Wenn man durch den Lüftungsschacht fließt.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Wollen wir hier hin?
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Komme ich nicht rein.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays.
Ich brauche Licht. Ich sehe nichts. Nachschlagewerk der medizinischen Wissenschaft. Haben wir jetzt einen Punkt bekommen dafür? Also Pierce? Ich hoffe. Ich dachte gerade, da steht einer. Das ist ein Grammophon. Okay, jetzt sind wir hier in der Administration. Alles klar. Ich habe das Gefühl, ich habe irgendwas übersehen. Nein. Nein. Laufen jetzt erstmal ganz in Ruhe rechts lang. Und ich brauche Licht, verfluchte Axt. Das hatten wir eben gerade. Hier werde ich mich dann später wahrscheinlich mal wieder verstecken können. Oh, da ist eine Schwester. Was ist das hier? Komme ich nicht ran? Hallo.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll
Oh.
find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Das ist Mrs. Donovan. Mhm. Der Drache. Oder die Hexe. Na, machen wir erstmal den Raum hier fertig. So, hätten wir.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Okay, wir wissen jetzt, wo sein Büro ist. Wasser abstellen müssen wir auch noch. Ja, da kommen wir nicht rein, das sieht sie dann ja, ne? Die Tür war ja offen, oder? Ja, das sieht sie dann.
The door to the boiler room is locked. Where did I see that key? Ah, yes. The office in Block B.
Ja, den holen wir gleich.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation. This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Das ist jetzt eine Rückblende. Die Akte ist unvollständig und Behandlungsdetails sind nicht vermerkt. Die übliche Praxis wurde hier nicht befolgt.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I've done an exam. Deborah is looking after him.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
I saw him, yes. It's always the same thing. They bring them up, without any explanation, with a multitude of self-inflicted injuries. We take care of the wounds, and then they leave. Each time, I feel like I'm sending them back to hell.
Their affliction is not our responsibility. You cannot save everybody, Doctor. Doctor, those people need you at the dormitory.
Okay.